Two Guns, Same Target.
Welcome to Two Guns, Same Target. We're going to try another one of these.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. What do you think? How'd the first one go?
I think the overall reaction was pretty good too.
Yeah.
I didn't hear anything.
I didn't hear anything negative.
Other than the cameras that are crotch level. But
well, yeah. I don't know if it's necessarily negative or not.
I wouldn't say it's a negative.
No, it's just some of might not be.
We're proud of our crotches. So.
There you go. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
That's good. So what have you been doing the last couple of days since our first podcast?
Just pretty much the same stuff I've been doing.
Yeah.
Living the dream.
Living the dream.
Playing some Xbox. Hanging out.
That dream has not become a nightmare yet?
Not yet, but we're slowly...
It's going that direction?
It's a downward spiral.
It's trending that direction?
Yeah. It's a downward spiral.
Yeah. Earlier in the week it was sunny outside. This kind of gray overcast stuff doesn't help. It wasn't so bad when it was sunny out.
No, it was actually raining earlier today, too.
Was it?
Yeah. I was driving earlier today, and getting a lot of little raindrops on my windshield.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. A little bit of warmer weather might brighten everybody's mood, but people seem to get a little bit tired of it. But I feel like it's doing a good job. I feel like people isolating themselves, that hashtag stay home. I think it's serving its purpose well.
For the most part, I think I still see a lot of cars out.
Well,
and everything too. But
essential people.
Essentials, yes. Yeah. There's a lot more places that are open that are deemed essential that I don't think are necessarily essential.
True.
But I understand that you have an economy, you gotta keep it rolling somehow.
Yeah,
that
makes sense.
And plus, on the bright side, the cases in Washington aren't going up as much as they have been either.
Yeah, they're not spiking as much. So
I looked at a map today of like all the cases per state, and there's like in New York, it's growing by like 15,000 a day.
Oh wow!
And all this shit, and then Washington's only got like 3,000 total still, with like in the last 24 hours only like 30 new cases.
Nice.
So which is a good thing.
That is a good thing, especially at this point where I think there is more and more testing out there and stuff too. Mm-hmm. Initially, I think a lot of the numbers were down a little bit because people weren't getting tested, but now that more and more people are, if those numbers stay down, that's a positive sign.
More tests available. I saw there's over 50,000 tests available in Washington and everything too. So
nice.
It's a good thing.
Good.
I'd say we're slowly making progress.
How are your friends handling all this? Have you talked to any of them about this? Anybody going nuts yet?
Friends in town. I was actually talking to TC on the way up here, and he says that he's starting to lose his shit. But he just moved into a new house, so he's got a bunch of stuff to do around there. But we still being stuck inside is no fun. So
we need to have TC on this podcast at some point.
I agree.
Yeah, we'll have to. He might have to be one of our first guests. Actually,
I agree. Yeah, that'd be a good thing.
I mean, we'll give him a little bit of a break when he starts to go really crazy. Let me know, and
that's when we'll organize
something.
We'll organize it. Yeah, it works for me.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
People I know seem to be taking it okay. Everybody's a little bit frustrated that they can't, go out to dinner, can't go to movies.
Mm-hmm.
They're a little bit paranoid about even going grocery shopping to a certain extent too, just because they don't want to be near a lot of people and stuff too.
Which is understandable. Completely.
It is understandable. We'll see what happens. I think we're going in the right direction though.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, I don't see as many people out and about as there was last week before the lockdown order and everything too. So I'd say we're on the right track.
Good. And now Idaho's in lockdown too.
Yeah, good.
Which is a good thing
Half
too.
Hour away from us.
Being our neighbor, not everybody's flocking over that way to try to escape from all this too. So, and they're not coming our way necessarily either. So
yeah,
that's a good thing.
It's a good thing.
Well, I see you're wearing a Hardy Boys shirt.
I am.
Did you know that this next weekend is WrestleMania?
Honestly, no.
It is.
With all the stuff that's been going on, I haven't had a chance to really keep up on any of that stuff.
It's really going to happen, and they're going to do it still. They're going to do it in an empty performance center like they've been doing their shows. They're not going to be in front of fans, but they still plan on putting on a WrestleMania.
That is insane.
Now, I have heard some of the wrestlers are starting to not show up for some of the tapings every week and are backing out of WrestleMania too. Now, whether that's because they're sick or they're afraid of being sick or they don't believe this is the time to do that, I don't know. But a lot of the big name stars are actually backing out a little bit.
Yeah, I've heard about that too. I read that they actually already taped WrestleMania.
Oh, I had not heard that.
They pre-taped it.
Ah.
And so I'm sure that's given them a week or a little bit more than a week to like kind of plan out how they're going to do the show. And they're doing it in 2 nights.
Right, I did know that.
On a Saturday and a Sunday. So I think it's like 4 or 5 hours each night or something like that, which is friggin' bananas.
That is bananas.
But
wow.
Yeah, I read that some big names like Roman Reigns is backing out because he just got over a battle with leukemia and stuff too, and his immune system's compromised and stuff too, which is completely understandable. He doesn't want to have to put his health at risk, and I understand that.
That makes total sense.
I actually haven't heard a lot of who else is dropping out or what's going to happen with all that.
It'll be interesting to see. I mean, they have a week, I guess. We'll probably hear more, and it's good that they already taped it, I guess, too, so you don't have to worry about it not taking place for whatever reason. Have you watched any of the new Broken Bones sessions with Steve Austin?
I haven't.
I actually turned it on this morning because, there's not much on it regular TV, and I've pretty much watched everything on Netflix that I'm interested in at this point. I'll have to expand that, but the new one that came out last week, Bret Hart.
Oh, really?
And they get right into it right away. He says, "Tell me about the Montreal Screwjob." And Bret Hart goes into. Did you? I didn't know. You know more than I do because you've watched a lot of these old matches. Did you know after that match, Bret Hart spit right in Vince McMahon's face?
Oh yeah.
I did not know that. Did you know he punched him out in the locker room afterwards?
I've seen lots of there videos of him just hawking his big loogie and just shooting it right at him at ringside.
They showed it, but then he knocked him out in the locker room afterwards.
Yeah, I seem to have heard that.
He talks about that. So if you want something to watch. It's worth watching.
Still, the only one I've watched is the one with Undertaker, the first one. It's still the only one I've watched.
The one with Kane is pretty good, too.
Yeah.
And there was another one that, I can't remember if it was Goldberg or something. I watched another one, too, but I can't remember who it was.
Interesting. I'll have to check up on that.
It's definitely worth watching.
I haven't been watching a lot of anything really lately.
Yeah. I'm only about halfway through it. It's interesting. And for anybody out there that thinks, what the hell are these two guys doing watching WWE? It's entertainment. And it is real, by the way, so don't give me any of that shit that it's not real.
He's right.
I kind of consider it to be a little bit like the NBA. I don't really consider that a sport per se anymore either, as more of an entertainment thing.
Absolutely.
You've heard me even reference the NBA as kind of like WWE with two hoops and a ball before.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are all athletes, no matter which one of those things they're partaking in, and it's more entertainment than sport, because the NBA has gotten really phony, too. So,
absolutely.
I mean, if you don't agree with me, come at me. Maybe we'll discuss that on another podcast of some sort, but we do watch WWE. It kind of ebbs and flows. Sometimes it gets a little old and boring, and we stop watching. But right now, it's about the only thing out there that we have to look forward to. There's no golf. There's no hockey. There's no NCAA. So
only sort of sporting events out there right now, other than the esports stuff. But
yeah,
I mean that's different.
That doesn't really count.
Yeah.
There's not even car racing.
No.
Although, did you see what they did last week? They got a bunch of the NASCAR drivers together, and they had a virtual race.
I saw Jimmy Johnson's doing it again this week, too.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool thing, too.
I think that's pretty cool.
So I'm excited to see how that pans out.
I'd love to see them do something like that along lines with NHL. Something like that. Like
get some of the guys to play.
Get like a line or two of guys and play on a team.
That'd be kind of cool to watch.
That'd be pretty cool.
I could see that maybe happening at some point. I could, too.
Because I know a lot of teams are doing like the AI versus AI simulation stuff. And I've seen a lot of people. I just think it's awesome how they're doing that, and they're like streaming it on Twitch, and then they're like live tweeting it like they would a regular game.
Yeah.
So too, I think that's fucking. I mean, it's kind of weird, but it's kind of cool at the same time.
It keeps people interested and gives them something to follow, which is good. I even watched a Tampa Bay hockey game the other night where they played the whole game on Twitch and let the Xbox play it out.
Really?
That was pretty cool too. And they didn't have any commentary with it other than the commentary in the game.
Right.
But, I mean, they just let it all play out. It was pretty cool to watch.
Interesting.
And then I saw yesterday a bunch of the NHL guys, a bunch of captains got together, like McDavid, and I think Marc-Andre Fleury and some other guys got together, and they did a group FaceTime thing too of what was going on around them. And,
I did see that.
Was it Logan Couture's son? He's on his video and he starts looking. He's got a weird look on his face, and he starts laughing. Apparently, he's got a big compound somewhere for a home, and his son crashed their golf cart into a tree while they were live tweeting. So that was kind of cool too.
Interesting.
So they're staying busy, and I'm sure they're probably staying in shape somewhat too. Who knows what'll come of the hockey season? I think we're just about ready for them to make a call of some sort, whether they're going to cancel the regular season and try to get straight playoffs in if this ends, or extend it to next year and just call it off now. We're probably close to a decision.
The playoffs, I think they're gonna. The only thing that I can see them doing at this point is canceling the remainder of the regular season and just basing playoffs off how the current standings are before the NHL suspended its play.
Yeah.
I've been hearing a lot of stuff about the coronavirus peaking, specifically in Washington, but peaking and then starting the slow downward trend in the middle of April. And then I was talking to somebody today whose mom is a nurse at Sacred Heart, and it says they're expecting it all to be out of Spokane at least by the beginning of August, like completely. So if they're gonna do summer playoffs, I think it's still a possibility.
Yeah,
but that's just based off speculation,
obviously.
Right?
And,
yeah, I guess we'll see what happens. It'll be interesting either way.
Every day we learn something new.
Yeah,
positive and negative. So
yeah, I'm hearing a lot of both positive and negative stuff. So
I am too. I'm still have not watched any news like CNN or anything for a week and a half, almost 2 weeks now after I got tired of watching it all. The only news I watch is the BBC news because I figure that's kind of world news, and I figure that's probably more accurate than just about anything out there. So I've only occasionally watched that now too. I haven't watched anything else.
For sure. Yeah, I don't blame you.
It gets a little old.
It's a lot of fear mongering still going on.
Yeah, and it can weigh on you.
Oh, absolutely. It stresses you out.
It does. It does. So anybody out there, don't watch so much news. Read more books.
Sleep. Catch up on sleep.
Cook.
There you go.
I've been cooking a lot more.
A lot of things you can do.
Yeah.
What have you been cooking?
I cooked yesterday. I made Instapot refried beans in my Instapot.
There you go.
That was nice.
There you go.
And then I'm going to make some of these awesome Mexican tacos tomorrow that you see on Instagram all the time, where they're taking the fried tacos and dipping them in a sauce.
Hell yeah.
I'm actually going to make that. So
sweet.
You want to come up for dinner tomorrow night?
I might have to do that.
Or tomorrow afternoon, probably.
I might have to do that.
I think I plan on making those, so we'll see how they turn out.
I may have to do that. That sounds good.
So that's been good. And
Making me hungry.
Well, I'm kind of hungry too now that you mentioned that. But maybe we'll eat one of these days on this.
You want to go out to dinner?
Yeah.
Oh wait, fuck.
Wait. Well, even if we say 6 feet apart, we can't.
I don't think so. I don't think there's any restaurants that allow.
We can sit in a car. I'll sit in the front seat. You sit in the back seat.
Is that 6 feet?
Well, if I lean the seat back in the back, it will be. I'll sit in the back.
Okay.
So
So are you driving then? Because my car can't do that.
Oh shit. So you'll sit in the back. How about we both drive our cars separate and just sit next to each other with the windows down?
That's a good idea.
Okay, we can do that.
Yeah.
We can do that.
I like that idea.
All right. So, what are you gonna do the rest of the weekend? Anything fun?
To be honest, until you just said the weekend, I did not know that it was the weekend. And then I
think it is Saturday.
So I don't know. I'm probably gonna go back home after this and hang out, play some video games with everybody, and kind of chilling tonight. Got nothing to do, so probably continue that trend the rest of the weekend into next week and see what happens.
There you go.
I don't know. What about you?
Probably more of that too. I've been watching Narcos Mexico on Netflix. I just started season 2, so maybe watch an episode or 2 of that. A lot of podcasts that I still haven't watched. Joe Rogan's podcasts have been awesome the last week or so. He's
with
got a lot.
Tom and Bert.
And Tom and Bert's got Joey Diaz on his newest one, which is I started watching that last night. So that's always good to have it on the background while you're doing whatever, while you're cooking or working on a puzzle or something like that too. And I'll probably just continue to do that. This is kind of an extension of my winter months. It's not really much different for me. Yeah, it's not much different.
No, you're not.
Yesterday I went grocery shopping for family and stuff too, and I, more than willing to do that.
How crazy was it? How crazy were the stores?
It was actually really, really quiet.
Really?
I didn't even have to wait outside because of Winco now. They're making you wait outside, and when people come out, they're going to let the next people go in, and I didn't have to wait outside. That's how few people were inside.
Sweet.
So
That's
it was
awesome.
Nice. Yeah.
That's good.
But I figured I probably better go yesterday because it's probably going to be busy over the weekend.
Over the weekend, yeah.
Even though most people aren't working, or a lot of people aren't working, they're still kind of brains programmed to go grocery shopping on weekends. I figured I'm not going to go if I don't have to on the weekends.
Definitely. I don't blame you.
But I think I got enough stuff to make what I need for that Mexican food tomorrow. So
sweet. I'm looking forward to that.
All right.
I'm
Perfect.
very hungry.
All right. Well, thanks for doing another one of these.
For sure.
I guess we'll see what kind of feedback we get on this one. And I do think we need to have some people on, whether it's live. I mean, the couch isn't big enough for the 6-foot distance to have another person here. We're not even really technically 6 feet.
No, but we're healthy. We think.
I think.
We think,
as far as we know. But maybe next time we should wear masks.
Yeah, could be.
But we'll maybe try to get some of your buddies and stuff too on maybe FaceTime or get them on the phone and have at least their audio be part of this podcast.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Think we could do that?
Could also, if we really felt like it, we could change our recording setup, place it somewhere else, and make the view a little bit bigger and have some more people over, more spaced apart. Obviously,
I like that idea.
So just have to get a couple chairs or something, and
if it gets nice outside, maybe we could set out some lawn chairs and do one outside.
There you go. That's not a bad idea.
Well, let's think about some options here.
Have to do something.
And if anybody has any good ideas in that regard too, let us know when you watch this. And we'll probably see you in another couple days. Until then,
6 feet apart.
6 feet.